Hey guys, how's it going everybody? My name is Blitzwanger, ladies and gents. Welcome on back to a brand new Blitz News update, and today we're going to go on ahead and discuss Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. So this game actually got revealed a couple of weeks at this point ago, I should say, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I really wanted to go on ahead and upload a Blitz News update for it right as all of this came out, but unfortunately a lot of other things came out at that point in time, and it just kind of sort of almost like fell through the cracks, quote unquote. But I still wanted to circle back and discuss it. The nice thing is that since that particular release, we do know a lot more information about the game itself now, which is super duper exciting. So I'm hopeful that we get to go on ahead and discuss some of these variables here today. I want to hear your opinions and thoughts on this game. Are you going to be getting it? And if so, which console are you going to be purchasing it on? So just to give you guys a little bit of a rundown, it will be available on the PlayStation 4, the Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One on or in April of 2019, so it's actually just a couple months away. But then, in addition to that, at some point later on during the year, it will become available on the PC. They said summer 2019, so that of course would include June, July, and August. So somewhere in there, you will be able to purchase this game on PC if that is your preferred console of choice. So let's run down, first and foremost, of course, you'll be seeing the trailer in the background, which looks pretty good. Let's run down some of the variables that we learned about this. So first and foremost, we know that Enway, I think at least, is going to be producing this game, which is the company that has created the Legacy Wars, like that little card game, fighting game, mobile game. Yeah, those are a lot of different types of games in one, but they work on the mobile side of things for Power Rangers, and from what I understand, most people really like that game, people who have been playing it. I'm not a huge mobile player, so I don't really know much about it, but I've also never tried out the game, so I'm not going to jump to any conclusions as to whether or not it's good or bad. All I know is that they have done, as far as like visually, I looked at some images of the Legacy Wars game, and I have to say, I really like the designs of the characters and such, and I really like the designs of the characters for this particular game. What we've seen so far looks great, so I can't complain about anything that we have seen up until this point. Now, will that be the case going down the line? I don't know. We'll see once the game gets closer to release and we get more gameplay. Now, from there, we also learned that the game is going to be available in two different main formats. The first of which will be a digital collector's edition, and the second one will be just a regular release. Now, the regular release itself is going to retail for $19.99, which is pretty awesome, so I think that that's quite affordable to go on ahead and pick up a game at that price point, especially, of course, if it's going to be a good game. But the collector's edition will be, or the digital collector's edition, I should say, will be $39.99, so double the price. Now, what is included in that? Well, it is going to, of course, include the game itself. Now, apparently the game is going to go on ahead and have a Season 1 pass, which sounds really interesting to me, because that means that, first of all, hopefully they're planning multiple seasons, which means that, of course, they could draw from whatever, at this point, I think, what, 25 years of Power Rangers, and if they're allowed to use Sentai characters, then that's even more. So they've got lots and lots and lots of different characters that they could draw from and pull from over the course of the release of this game. So it's going to be really interesting to see how many seasons are they planning and how many characters will each season include. Now, if you look at the season pass images on their website, you can see 3 different silhouettes for the characters. So I wonder if that indicates that there is going to be 3 character passes or 3 characters for that particular release of Season 1 pass. Now, in addition to that, the digital collector's edition also will include Lord Drakon Evo 2 skin, which looks insanely cool. Now, of course, the character design that we're talking about here, if you're like, what the heck is that? That's from the Power Rangers comic book, so this is not something that we have seen on screen in terms of like the actual show. At least I don't think so. I don't know if maybe the recent seasons somehow have incorporated this character, like the recent seasons of Power Rangers, but from what I understand, this is just a comic book based design. And then in addition to that, you do get a Pink Ranger skin as well, which sounds pretty cool. So hopefully that will be a nice addition. Now, there are 2 pre-order bonuses that are included for the game itself, and that would be the Green Ranger and the digital art book, or sorry, the Green Ranger version 2 skin, which again is also based on the comic books for Power Rangers. I really like the design, actually. It's like basically an upgraded variation of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Green Ranger. I think it looks sick. I love the helmet. I think that should have been the helmet to begin with. It just looks so cool. So I'm a fan of that, and that is just that alone is good enough reason for me to go on ahead and pre-order this particular title. Now, they did also release a little bit of a blurb as far as like their approach to this when they went ahead and announced the game itself. So let me just go on ahead and run through this real quickly. So as it goes as follows, I should say. For over 25 years, Power Rangers has been one of the most popular franchises in the world. As a perennial top 10 NPD action brand, which sounds pretty boring. I don't know how an average person reading this would be particularly interested in that, but I guess it's targeted towards press, so maybe they'd be more interested in hearing this. But either way, the globally renowned brand has spawned hit TV shows, movies, toys, comics, live entertainment, and games. Today, Enway, the developer and publisher behind Power Rangers Legacy Wars, the hit multiplayer mobile game with over 45 million downloads, is partnering with Hasbro, who, if you did not know, Hasbro actually went ahead and purchased all of Power Rangers. I think they made, I want to say it was like a $500 million investment, or maybe it was $750 million. It was a massive investment into Power Rangers, and they purchased the brand from Saban, which is kind of interesting because I remember a few years before that, Saban had bought the brand back from Disney for 30 or 40 million. So I guess they did really well on that investment, because selling it off to Hasbro seems to have made them a lot of money. Now, of course, the hope is that Hasbro investing into Power Rangers now, they hope to get that and much more from it, and this seems to be one of the first things that they will be releasing. So with that in mind, let's continue. So Hasbro will be teaming up with Lionsgate to announce Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, the new cross-platform fighting game, which is also really key here, because that means that players who play on the PlayStation will be able to fight players on the Xbox and the PC and Switch and so on and so forth. So I think that that's really cool. Will be available as a digital download for $19.99 first on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, and then it will be available on PC later in the year, as we covered before. Now, from there, as far as any and other details that have been added, let's discuss characters, because they did go on ahead and confirm 4 different characters already, and the little icons, or I guess the character box that they have over on the website, like the official website, which is, I think it's Battle for the Grid, and let me double check. Yeah, it is battleforthegrid.com. And on that particular page, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they have, what, 15 character blocks there, which is interesting, because that means that the roster is not ginormous. But I think that as long as those 15 characters each play in a unique manner, they have unique movesets, I think that's a good idea, because why not go on ahead and have them all be different? Hopefully they'll come from different iterations and worlds and different seasons of Power Rangers, because I think if they go too heavily into the Mighty Morphin stuff, I think that could be kind of stale. And more importantly, I think that a lot of the modern generation probably are not such big fans of Mighty Morphin. Like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate Mighty Morphin, but it's not my favorite season, and that wasn't the season that I was introduced to Power Rangers with. So to me, I have like In Space that I prefer, or there's certain seasons that I would more prefer to see showcased in this. Either way, let's run through the 4 that we have confirmed so far. So the first one is Jason Lee Scott, aka the Red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, and we get a little description for him, which basically says he's the original MMPR Red Ranger, a natural-born leader. A 17-year-old black belt, Jason's sly smile betrays his rugged young warrior mental to reveal a kid next door with a bit of a mischievous streak. Cool. Then we got the confirmation of course, Tommy Oliver. Based on the fact that we know that there's a version 2 of the Green Ranger, we obviously know that it would make sense that the Green Ranger is in here as well. We got Lord Dracon himself. And then last but certainly not least, we got the cool surprise of Gia Morgan, or maybe it's Gia Morgan, but she is the Yellow Ranger from Power Rangers Megaforce, or Super Megaforce, I should say. And she looks pretty awesome. I like the pirate design. What was that? Kyo Ryuger, I think. I don't remember what the actual season was for Sentai, but I like the suit design, and I like that we get kind of a confirmation of the fact that we might be getting other Rangers from different seasons. So that is very, very cool. The last detail that I wanted to touch on is the fact that I saw Justin Wong tweet out about the fact that he's going to be helping with creating balances for this game, which got me super duper hyped, because based on the fact that he is like super duper talented in video games, and he is very highly regarded. He's like an Evo champion, and he's very highly regarded in the fighting game community. And if you didn't know, him being involved in this is certainly going to be a good thing, because he's going to be able to hopefully, you know, get his ideas into the game and let them know, like, hey, this is what you should look out for, or hey, this is lacking balance over here, or you could improve this character by doing that, or this or the other. And I think that that is insanely awesome, because of course it would mean that the quality of the gameplay will hopefully be far better than what maybe a lot of people were thinking we were going to get. Because let's be honest, when you think 1999 Power Rangers, a lot of people might think like, oh, this is not going to be a very polished game. It's going to be kind of run down and maybe not particularly exciting. But I think his involvement, to me at least personally, was a really good sign, because I think that hopefully that means that we get a really interesting fighting game here with Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Are you guys excited or not? Will you be checking it out? And also let me know down in the comment section below if you will be purchasing this game. Which system are you going to buy it on? Are you going to wait for the PC release later in the year, or will you be snagging this one up on maybe the Nintendo Switch to play on the go, or maybe the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4? Let me know down in the comment section below. Have an absolutely fantastic day, guys, and I'll see you all later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.